All right, Zach.
We are live.
We're live. Okay, we're live. Hefe's going to come in, put his headphones on. Hi, I'm Paul Markle. I'm with Student of the Gun. And joining me today, live, special, this is like a beard moot right here. We've got a beard moot going on. I've got Jacob from Night Fision. I got Marty from Talking Lead. I got El Jefe over here from Savage Gentleman, Ready Man, a man of many parts. And I got to admit to you guys, I have no idea where this is going to go.
Did you say man who has many parts?
He's a man of many parts.
Oh, of many parts.
We're all going to hell if we don't change our evil ways.
That's right. So, all right, starting out,
Repent.
We've all known each other for a while now. Marty and I met at the Houston NRA show.
Houston,
in 2013. That was
been a minute ago.
Back in when we were at the infancy of our beginnings.
As we
Talking
were too.
Lead, and we'd done like. What, 5 shows or something by that time? And
yeah, I think we about started the same time.
Yeah, within a couple weeks of each other, we started.
Right when that
Sorry.
Sandy Hook stuff happened.
Yeah, and so a lot has changed since
thinking?
then. A lot has changed since then.
It has, and I like to think that's due to you and Student of the Gun.
We're trying. No, I don't know about that, but we've been working hard. We're working hard, and we don't need to air our dirty laundry. But I think it's nice now. The collaboration that we have with the We Like Shooting guys and Talking Lead.
Yeah, our little podcast community that we've got.
A nice podcast.
We're all kind of tight knit. Yeah,
and
synergy.
Jacob over here, I've known at like 100 different companies, but the company that Jacob's with now is our good friends Night Fision, and that's with an F, Fision, like nuclear fission, like radioactive stuff. And of course, if you guys don't know by now, the fact that we partnered with last year with Night Fision with an F, and came up with the Accurate sights for the Glocks and now the Shields and the CZs. And I'm going to tell you guys something. Listen, I know a lot of you guys, I don't know which camera to look at. Hey, Jay, our brother Jay's already signed in. Good job, brother Jay. Thank you very much. A lot of you guys are out there and you're like, I want sights for my Canic because I listen to you and I have a Canic pistol and it's a great pistol and I want sights for it. This is the way business works. You say I want those, but the fact of the matter is when a company puts money into engineering and development and design, they can't just sell it to you. It's got to be a bunch. So if you guys listen, if you're listening to me right now and you say, no, I'm not kidding, I really want tritium Accurate sights for my Canic, whether it's an Elite or a TP9SF or whatever it is. If you're serious, go to Night Fision's page and say, hi, if you make these, I will buy them. And if they see, I mean, that's...
We should just do a pre-order.
I got a great example.
That would be a good idea.
I got a great example for you.
Yeah.
Who would have ever thought that Mosin Nagant rifle owners would put in a drop-in match trigger in their guns? If I'd have said that to you, you'd have been like, you're an idiot. They'll never sell those.
Bro. You can Bubba-fy anything.
Well, no, but what I'm saying is...
But he's saying on a commercial
level. That's another
level.
great T-shirt, Bubba-Fi.
Timney Triggers, they did a fan, like this is like 6 or 7 years ago, but they reached out to their customers. They're like, okay.
Asked what they wanted.
Look, all you had to do was watch Enemy at the Gates.
What do you guys want? And they said Nagant Triggers. And I'm like, are you kidding?
Isn't that a novel idea? Ask the customers what they want.
And you can
they sold more of those than any other product that year.
When you watch that movie, if you buy a Mosin Nagant and you buy a $99 knockoff scope from Cheaper Than Dirt, you too will be the most deadly sniper in St. Petersburg.
Yeah.
All right, so real quick,
at least he's in.
Jay, you got to go listen to the latest AK Corner. You're going to be glad you did.
Oh,
That's
God,
all I'm
Jay's
saying.
here. Hello, sir. Listen, Night Fision. And Professor Paul here. Get this out of the way. If you want Accurate sights, this is the best time to ever buy them. If you go to Night Fision, you buy an Accurate sight, and you put in the code Paul, we're going to give you 10% off the sights, the Accurate sights, and then we're going to donate 10% to Paul's GoFundMe because fuck cancer.
Nice.
So
Leadheads, I want to see you guys do that.
So there's no, if you listen to the podcast or you don't have night sights on your pistols, absolutely no reason not to buy Accurates, right? So they're a great value anyway. They're much cheaper than the other sights of lesser and inferior quality on the market. But there's 10% off, right? So you get 10% off, right? Because somebody out there is being cheap. And we're going to give Paul 10%. Just GoFundMe, right?
That's awesome.
Because we want him to get this neck cancer thing unscrewed.
Good job, Night Fision.
We love Paul and Sooner the Gun, and the sites are great. It's what I rock. And we're going to tell, listen, this is going to go on. So share it on Talking Lead, right?
Absolutely.
We want to get this. We want to get this.
Can
out
you share
there.
things on social media with your friends?
Yes.
Is that what social media is about?
But the code is Paul, right? You have to put in Paul.
Paul. Common spelling.
Yeah.
Like the
Not
apostle.
PAW.
That's right, like the
Yes,
apostle.
yes.
That's right. Was blinded by the light on the road to Damascus.
Somebody saw the Blackwater shirt. Absolutely.
Pow. You guys like Blackwater shirt? I'm rocking this one. I got this actually from Las Vegas. There's actually, if you're in Las
Average
Vegas
Bros.
and you are doing starting strength or you're doing barbell training and you need to find a place on the road to do legit barbell training, Average Bros Gym is a real gym in Vegas. It's not on the strip. It's away from the strip purposely and deliberately. But they have
Where the lot lizards are at.
well, they have all kinds of.
He would know
They
that.
have all the stuff. They even they have English pounds, and then for you communists, they have kilos. So
Nice.
yeah.
Do they have poods?
I don't use communist.
I don't think they have
communist
stones.
versions.
I don't think they have pood.
You guys are in stone.
I don't know if their kettlebells are in pood.
Yeah.
How many pood is that kettlebell? I don't know. It looks like a gorilla.
It's like what? So here's a question for you. Why don't they make weights in even numbers? Why is it 45? Why not?
There's a reason for
why
that.
not
There's
40?
I think
or
what
50?
happened was all the Olympic stuff, everything Olympic is kilos, and I think a standard Olympic barbell is 20 kilos. Correct me if I'm wrong out there.
Kilos.
I think a standard Olympic
45
barbell
pounds,
is
so
20.
Whatever.
And
2.2.
so what they did is they converted it, and it was like 44.7 or
bricks
something like that.
come in kilos, son.
And so America's like, well, we can't make 44
No, that's
points.
that's not right. I mean, because that's 80. Because kilo. It's
A
20.
20.
Okay, so that's 4.
It's not an
well, that's
80-pound bar.
that's 44 pounds. That's
Right,
not
so-
45.
yeah, but the thing
so
is,
now you just made it even
In the
more
United
confusing.
the United States,
weaker
no
than
one's
I
going to make a
thought.
44-pound
Hey,
bar.
look. There's one thing that settles this question. We have put men on the moon. And other countries have not.
Yeah.
Don't you start that communist liberal
it's
bullshit
not that
on
crap.
me.
There's one
Even
country.
if we
Love
did,
cranking his chain.
even if
And we did it in-
we
in-
still
we did it
do,
in inches
because only
and
a
feet.
Democrat, liberal, freedom hater would say that we didn't put anybody on the moon. So don't start.
I
that
didn't
in.
say it. I just said, did we?
So, but I believe now, all of you professional weightlifters and barbells, hello from Pakistan, or to Pakistan, rock on. Professional barbell and weightlifter people, tell us, and I would venture to say that that's probably what happened, is we converted kilos to the closest level of poundage and just called it good.
Yeah, but but we're Americans.
I know, dude. I know. I'm with you.
Listen,
Everybody needs to
why
change
don't
to
you-
us.
Listen, Doug,
Why don't they
this
just
is
make
why.
the bar
If
50?
we go to the gym and we work out, and then we go to the bar, and dudes are like, "How much did you lift?" And you're like,
12
I lifted
ounces.
100 kilos. No, them dudes at the bar know how much 100 kilos is. That sounds like you were like, they're like, man, that must be a lot.
Are you a drug dealer?
Yeah,
100 kilos.
100 kilos. That's a lot, right? So, like, if you go pounds,
Only
it's
he would
easy.
know how to convert
It's
kilos.
easy. It's easy for people to know if you picked up a lot or you didn't pick up a lot. But now you've got the mysticism, the
Well,
magic.
when people ask me, they're like, how much
Yeah.
do you
Crazy.
blank? I say, how much?
crazy.
What answer will make
yeah,
you
pick
happy?
up all the kilos.
I picked up the
Or
keys.
plates. They talking plates. They have 4 plates on each side because they don't know
What
either.
answer will make you feel good? and that's the answer.
So really, why people ask that question is to size themselves up with you.
Yeah. I'm not in junior high. I pick up all the weight and then I put it back down.
Okay. What do we have topics today?
Yeah, we're on it right now.
Oh, about kilos?
Still sneaking
Are we gonna
through.
play some kilos in the bag, like some stitches where he's got kilos
I hear
in
you,
the
Jay.
No.
bag? No.
So we got. Is that all? Or are those just the questions and comments? Hey, Zach Cam. Hit us with the Zach Cam.
That's me. What's up?
Are people actually tuning in? Or are they there? Are
Yeah,
they paying
there's-
Yes,
attention?
they are. There's a viewer counter on the
there.
screen down there.
Oh,
That doesn't
a
count
whopping 16?
That doesn't count the
We just
YouTube.
lost one.
Yeah, it doesn't show the YouTube.
Somebody said to-
So that's the question. So, hey, you
There should
guys
be
that are tuning
thousands
in,
more.
we can see your questions. So if you want to ask a question,
questions.
now's your chance. Because we
Night
can see it
sights?
right here.
Can I see them during the daytime? No, they're invisible in daylight. You can only see them at night.
I wear camo during the day, and I've been told when I'm in Walmart, I'm also invisible.
Can we see at night in this?
That's actually a daytime camera too, so it's It's high def during the day and 720p at night.
It is pretty cool.
It is.
It's pretty cool.
It's the coolest thing on the market that no one's heard about.
Yeah, I'm gonna get one. What's up with a yellow or red flashing light though?
I think that the battery. I think that's we don't have an SD card in.
There's no SD card in it, and it's
No
telling
SD
you
card.
don't
I
try
can't
and
record.
record.
Right,
It's not
so-
going to happen.
So,
It's not recording.
like, because if we were recording, you'd be like, "What's up with that red flashing light?"
There we go.
And they'd be like, "Oh, there's no SD card. I guess I need to go get
I think I'm in
one."
night mode now.
That's cool.
It's really cool. It really transcends what we were talking about yesterday. Like, hey, you need these things
Pretty clear.
like to be a prepper. It takes the $3,000 good entry level night vision device, right? Like, let's just say a PVS 14 with that's auto gated and an illuminator, right? Is $2,500 to $3,000, right? It's out of reach for most people.
Yeah.
Your country living grain mill is $500. $500 for a legitimate water filter. A couple $100 for communications, like some ham radios.
You're priced out.
You're priced out. This is like $7.99, and you can see the perimeter. Yeah. It's not necessarily about. It's not like when you use this. It's not necessarily about like I'm going to be like the merchant of death at night. It's you're sitting in your house and you can see your field. Like from the prepper standpoint, it's huge. Or like if you're out on your boat and you're like, what's that? There's another boat out there and you can see it. It was developed for the marine industry, not the Marines like the Marines, but the boating.
Marine is in the water.
The Marine is in the water industry.
Speaking of
sport
that,
boating,
I just I texted Shane and I sent him a picture of it, and he said that he's actually
Can you hold this up to the
fielding,
camera?
working with a helmet mount for that right now.
No, well, he showed me a helmet mount.
Yeah,
They
they
have a helmet
got what's his name? Nick from Firearms Blog. He's got a helmet back.
Nick's
Helmet
your
mount.
buddy? Nick's your pal?
Yeah, from Firearms Blog. He made it. They actually rigged one up on a 3D printer because nobody made one.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just telling you, Shane
Well,
Iverson
then, okay.
told me he's got a helmet mount for that he's been
that's
working
cool.
with.
So
he's in Texas and
so
he's probably
if
killing
you
hogs
take
at
one of
night with
these
it.
Yeah.
and if you take one of these and PBS 14 and you drink a Red Bull mixed with C4 pre-workout, you flip these down, you'll actually have an out-of-body experience. Your brain waves will crash together.
I think he's having one right now.
There you go. Are there
How many of those have you drank today?
I've had 2 monster rehabs. They only have 10 calories, 2 grams of sugar. I also didn't have any carbs last night. It sucked. I'm going on an elk hunt in the Bob Marshall at Spotted Bear Ranch. Super excited because we'll need the meat, right? And it's a bunch of my friends and I are going. But we're doing a 20-mile horse ride, and then it's like 20 mics a day by pack up on the mountains, and average like
Feel
7,000
sorry for those
8,000
horses.
feet. Yeah, so I've got to lose. I'm down like 8 pounds already, and by September 1st, I'm trying to lose another 40.
I'm not even talking about that. I'm just talking about your energy,
Yeah,
dude. You're just,
yeah. I got to cut the weight because you can be a
Get up, horse, come on,
chubby
go,
guy,
go.
but a chubby guy at altitude's not too good. Like that doesn't work out well. It's just hard to haul my fat rear end up a mountain. I learned that when I tried to climb Mount Whitney and got the altitude sickness.
Yeah.
And the hallucinations.
Questions. What do I think about RMR 6 or 3? For a rifle, I would go 3.
They're talking
because you're gonna
about
be
they're talking
shooting
about a pistol, homeboy.
Yeah, but pistol, I would do. You could do 6. You could get away with 6 easy.
Even
on that.
automobiles can get shut down from EMP unless you own an older vehicle and does not use computers to run the motors and transmission used by fly-by-wire system.
Yes. There you go.
Somebody was asking about discuss iron sights if an EMP goes off.
So we've been every
You need 'em.
rifle,
Dude, every day I get up and pray for an EMP.
every real rifle that I have has iron sights on it.
I do. I pray.
I mean,
for
there's
an EMP.
people like, look, there's an SAS dude, and that SAS dude did go in the mall in Kenya, and he did the Lord's work, and he did not have iron sights. We all get it. If you are on the internet and you have to ask the question of should I have iron sights because the SAS dude didn't have iron sights, you need iron sights. You are not that dude. If you were that dude, you wouldn't be on the internet asking the question. That dude never got on the internet and was like, while I'm at my safe house here in Nairobi, all kitted up, like going to the mall, like, should I have iron sights? He never thought to ask anybody that, right?
He
went in and shot like
you were on a
22
show the other day
terrorists,
with
right?
Jaeger,
Like,
and he said something about if they're asking the questions, obviously they're not taking the training.
right.
Yeah.
I have
take the
iron
training.
sights on everything.
Yeah, that's the thing with a lot of these questions, and it's great to ask questions. I'm glad people do. But a lot of times when people ask questions, and I'm not saying you guys out there in particular, but quite often, what do we find on social media, the internet. The question is asked not because there's a genuine desire to seek information. The question is asked because the person wants affirmation. They want Jeff to say that the XYZ is the greatest and best in the history of the world, and then they can tell their friends, see, I told you that this was the best one in the world because Jeff just said it was the best one in the world. How do you know who's the a-hole whose phone's ringing?
I hope it's mine.
It was buzzing. It's not ringing.
Jeff's was
the
ringing
best way to
yesterday, and I
answer
just
these
wanted to be
questions
more like him.
is training experience. You want to know what's best for you, and the truth is, what I think is the best may not be the best for you. You might think, well, I know Paul said this, but it doesn't work for me. Great. If you can legitimately say, I will trust my life to this, whatever.
Yeah, get out.
Bread or whatever
it is, get out and use it.
Drive on. Use your
it.
thing, man. But if you're basing all your questions and answers on what other people are saying on the internet, that doesn't help. You have to go out into the real world and use stuff.
When Jake was talking about bringing some sites, he's like, hey, you want to try out the Fision sights? And I was like, yeah, absolutely. I'll put it on my Simunitions pistol, and we'll go out and fight with it. And
we'll go in the shoot houses and shoot
we'll
people.
see if it works.
You know what's crazy is, like, we all talk about, like, if I handed you an AR, this is how far we've come with all the doodads on it. And I was like, hey, we're going to go over here and, like, these bad dudes live in this house. You'd be like, shit, man, I need to, like, check this gun out, blah, 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 blah. But in our psyche, if I handed you, like, an M14, right, you'd be like, fuck it, it's going to work.
Yeah.
Like we all know it's going to work like an FAL. But, like, our ARs might not work. Or Jimmy Bob's home-built NPAP might not work, right? But generally, like, an FAL works.
I've seen M14s fail.
Hey,
M1As or M14s?
Here's a great
Every
question from
gun's fail.
James Gilbo. Any prepping advice for first responders? When it goes down, we got to report for duty.
You're going to be the only dude there, homie.
You better tell your wife what to do.
I don't know. I think they'll show up and then eventually
loot the place.
start drifting off. But I think probably one of the biggest things that first responders, police officers can do is get medical training, because the probability is that's going to be what you're responding to, and then it crosses over for you and for your family as well.
So my best friend went to West Point, and
congratulations,
it's Scott, and they did a lot of studies. Like, he went post 9/11. There was a lot of studies about, like, civil unrest and stuff the government's done.
Yeah.
And if something, like, really bad happens, like if the literal balloon, like the thermonuclear bugloo kicks off, right? They're like 70 to 80% won't show. Like, that's the right. And I wouldn't either.
Hurricane
Like,
Katrina.
I'm not going. Like, when you live downtown, when you talk about an EMP too, if you talk to a cop or a fireman, like a professional cop or fireman, like, say a guy works in Nashville, he doesn't live in Nashville. He doesn't live on the beat anymore. We stopped that, right?
No.
What do they call it when you, like, the local cop lets
Cop
the
town.
dude go, like, because he's the neighbor? There's a term for that. So they take a cop from across town, put him in your neighborhood. The local cops don't walk their own beat, right? If there's an EMP or the interstates are shut down, that cop's not driving 45 miles to a report for duty. Not going to happen. Now, if something something little, like, I know a lot of first responders that don't have basic mop gear, right? Like, that's a concern. Like, dirty bombs are a massive concern. Like, the gas masks aren't that expensive, and if you're, like, a legit first responder, you can get them through DRMO.
Well, I mean, I think a check one costs you like $10.
Right. Or at least, like, I carry filters.
Yeah,
Them 951 filters. I mean, it's better than nothing. But, a 3M mop suit from the paint store and a filter is better than nothing.
Yes, quite a bit better.
Like a legit, like a steps, leaps and bounds. Better.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. Solve that one.
SOTG sites for the TP9E. So somebody wasn't paying attention
Echo?
in the beginning
Is
of the
there an
podcast.
Echo?
There's an elite.
Oh, the elite. Okay,
right?
so we're just
if you've
doing.
got that, you're an elite
okay.
warfighter. Remember?
Okay, so you just dropped the L.
Yeah.
I got it. Joe dropped the LTE. It's the Echo. Here's what I said. I said, if you guys want, all of you Canic owners, if you want Night Fision sites, our student of the gun sites, you need to go there, go to Night Fision and say, hi, this is who I am, and I want you to make these. Because if they can't go through the whole engineering manufacturing process to sell 12 sites.
You need to know there's a market out there before
they
do that.
Manufacturers You're talking about telling an engineer to sit down and come up with something, making mock-ups, prototypes, and so forth, packaging and material. They can't do that for 15 sites. That just doesn't work like that. And
You got to know the market, sir.
they got to know. And if you're loud, if you say yes, I want them. Okay, Joe, you came late. Cool, I got you. If you're loud and you say yeah, I want them, then great.
The reason we don't is because the TP9 comes with excellent sites.
Yeah, it comes with good
Scott
sites.
Scott Warren is a really great guy, and he designs really great sites. And him and Mike Bush, Mike helped design those sites when he was at Century. They're great sites. I mean, Scott Warren's a professional shooter. He was FBI HRT, right? Wasn't Scott FBI with Mike?
I have no
I
idea.
think so. Someone
the
feel free
hostage
to correct
roasting
me.
team.
Yeah. So, but they make great sites, right? So Scott designed them, and he's also a professional shooter, right? And so they design great sites. So the TP9 probably comes with better pistols or better sights than almost any pistol.
Let me
can
tell
buy.
you what. If it comes without 3-dot sights, you're already ahead of the game.
Right. Now, the new Polymer 80 is coming with night vision sights. Blank rears, yellow fronts from the factory. It's going to be legit.
It should be coming with accurate sights is what it should be coming with. But
And you can get a discount on those now.
Yeah.
If you go and use the code Paul.
at Night Fision.
And
Night
night vision,
Vision.
10% off. Then we're giving 10% to Paul's GoFundMe.
Thank you. League of Pirates says yes. That's
Yes,
his
okay.
answer is yes.
Do you know Jay? Do you know Jay?
No,
Yeah, we
you know,
all know
I think
Jay.
that's a cool name though. League of Pirates.
He's a good dude.
Yeah.
He's a good dude.
Where's he out of?
He's out of Florida. I'll do an intro to you
Okay,
and him.
we
He's a big
all
prepper,
know
too.
Jay.
Yeah.
You
And
should
he's-
know Jay.
he's the
Jay,
dude.
you don't know Jeff? Okay, we're like talking one-on-one. There's hundreds of people watching. I'm like, hey, quit talking to just one individual here. Ask more questions, freaks.
Questions.
Yeah.
What's your booth?
broker.
Are you going NRA? Is
I don't know
Ready
yet.
Man going?
I mean, we don't have a booth. If
You
we
don't have a
go, we'll
booth.
just be walking around. Yeah.
You have to come hang out at our booth. Night Vision's going to have a booth. Paul's going to be there.
No.
No, you're not going to
Paul's-
be there.
I got stuff to kill.
Are you not going to be there? You got to fight the.
I got to fight the
Is
the
this
power.
the first one you've missed?
In a while, yeah.
This one's in Indy.
Yep.
We're doing some great giveaways at the booth. We're doing with Dave Biggers.
Oh,
Night
Dave's going to
Vision.
be there.
Oh,
Very
yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So we're doing a giveaway. We're going to do the Smith & Wesson Shield with the Night Vision sights, and it's all tricked out with Samson. We're doing a Smith & Bradley Sans 13 watch.
Right.
Just like that one right there. Ernie Emerson gave us a commander knife. We're doing some flashlights, some CNG holsters, and Key Bar is doing a custom key bar. We got approval from the Nuclear Regulatory Commission to put tritium in this key
In a
bar.
key bar.
Yeah, it's going to be legit. So 11 to noon on Friday, Corinne's coming. 3 to 4, Jack Carr.
We'll be there. Jack
I
Carr,
downed
the
him out
author of
yesterday. I felt
the
awful.
terminal
He's going to be
list.
signing books. We got books to sign. Jen Blake, who's an HK Pro shooter, which means that she's literally a better person than the rest of us because HK has deemed her better.
A better person than the rest of them.
We'll be there on Saturday from 4 to 5. And Don Porter, Such, who also does the Sensible Prepper. Such, he does Sensible Prepper too as well. Big prepper guy.
I thought he was
He's gonna be
Kentucky
there on
Lake
Sunday.
Prepper.
No, dog. No, Kentucky
No.
Lakes Prepper is Chester.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I'm sorry. Prepper this.
Also,
I messed up my
since
my
this
Tennessee
is on
preppers.
video, right? I'm trying to
Yeah,
decide
that's
if
why
I'm
that-
going to shave the beard and just have a mustache for NRA. So you guys feel free to comment.
Jacob wants to know if this is on video.
So what
See
you need
these,
to do is
these
have a
monitors,
contest.
these color monitors that we're looking at?
Jacob, what you need to do at NRA is have a contest and have a giveaway, and whoever wins, they get to cut.
No.
Shave your beard.
No,
No.
negative,
Shave
dog.
your beard.
I'm not
No.
letting somebody take a razor
No.
in my face.
No.
What's Jacob?
I shave
not
with my
you,
own
it's
straight
Jacob.
razor.
Speaking of ARs and AR parts and pieces and so forth, what I will have hopefully very, very soon is the SOTG-001 first off the line, the pimp hand lower receiver. And so we're going to be doing an AR build. So we're obviously going to need a light switch, a night switch to put on that, and sights and so forth.
There's a song that goes with it. It's working on the
Night
switch.
switch. That's right. If you guys don't know it yet, if you haven't been paying attention, we're working with Ackless Defense to do the official Student of the Gun pimp hand lower, and it's going to be on the lower. So these are really good.
I used to work there
premium
as well.
grade. I know lower receivers. It's it's good stuff, and the model is the pimp hand, and the serial number is going to be student of the SOTG dash whatever. And now number 1 is already taken. That's for me. Number 007 is Joe's because he's in a class 3. He's making a machine gun because he can do that because he's a machine gun manufacturer and we aren't. And the selector lever switch is going to be safe. Is going to be quiet time, then listen louder, and then sweet Buddha is going to be number 3. So you flip it over to the happy time, to the fun time, and
is it going to have a little
sweet
picture of Buddha on there?
No, it's just going to say sweet Buddha with an exclamation point. So they're actually, if you go to Atlas Defense right now, they're taking pre-orders. They've taken a lot of pre-orders, and this is going to be a limited time thing. So if you want one, and to reserve one, I think it's only like $25 to reserve it, and that's not the price.
Get on the list.
Yeah, do it.
Man, I feel like I don't have any cool ARs. I'm still running so when I worked, that's how you got down there, right? Like I brought you to the...
Dave Biggers introduced me to you because Dave was supposed to go to that, and he couldn't. And he said, hey, I was going to do this. I can't. And contact this guy, Jacob. And that was like, what, 2012?
2012. So I worked at, it was Red Jacket then, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we made this run of guns, and it's like Knight's K5 rails and A2 front sight post and a Knight's broomstick and like got an aim point on it, and it looks just, it's like what do they call it now? Like if you're a clone builder, like that was just like the gun at the time. And that's the AR I still run. I still run that Durka Brown color AR. I don't have it like all these dudes got all these cool doodads and flash doodads, and I want some of that stuff, but I'm like, well, this gun works, and I don't know if them guns will work.
Doodads.
Also made a
but I'm running out of rails, right?
Called the doodad.
I'm like, oh man, I got PEC 15, and like, there's not so much room on that little thing.
And if you guys are going to be at NRA, I know a lot of you guys are going to be at NRA. Go over to the Atlas booth. Actually, Jaeger, I'm not going to be able to be there because reasons. Well, because I'm going to be trying to kill this shit that's shit. This stuff in my throat. So, but James is going to go do the official announcement for the Pimp Hand Lower for us with Atlas. So that's very cool, and thank you to him for that.
Very cool.
I'm stoked about that. What's the upper going to be? Or are you just doing lower?
The upper? Well, I mean, no, they're not. They're just doing lowers, and of course, it's because it's a firearm. You have to buy it directly from Atlas because they're a firearms dealer. You can't, buy them from us. And it has to be transferred to your guy, your FFL guy, because it has a serial number on it. That's the firearm.
All the laws,
everything else is
apply.
just pieces.
If you get a Poly 80, though, you can make it yourself.
Okay, well, we're not going to go down that road, but this is actually a high
they're not
grade,
licensed to do
70,
that,
75.
bootlegging it.
Yeah.
No, you can make firearms yourself.
No,
Yeah,
I
but
understand
not-
that,
not-
it
you
defeats
can't make
the
a pimp
purpose
hand
of
model.
students
No,
of the gun.
Not
but
with
you
all
can
the
order
efficiency.
an oil filter.
This guy.
We're not talking about that. Stop it.
Inline
What was the
oil
volume
filters.
on his mic?
Is this? Are we recording? Prank call. Prank call.
Prank call.
Did you see where all those guys, the ATF's going around collecting up everybody's? Do you see the or do you guys Instagram a lot? Are you on Instagram a lot? And you see these
You
commercials?
trying to
and you're
put
like,
my,
You're like, that looks like a suppressor, or that looks like a full auto switch for a Glock. So a Chinese company was making plastic full auto switches, and they'd ship you one for $39.95
On Amazon? Yeah, it was a trap.
Amazon,
Just fake
no,
stuff?
they shipped them. It was not a trap. It was a Chinese company that made them. They shipped them.
Oh, they operable?
The
or they
ATFs
just
went and
for
picked
looks?
them up. Yeah, the ATFs went to some dealers, and they're like going to people's houses and like
they're
arresting them.
operable.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're in Chicago everywhere. So Devad Defense. Do you know that dude? He's a
I
former
remember
South African guy.
everybody was
Like,
sending me that,
harder
like,
than
is this
Woodpecker
legit?
lives.
I was like, bro,
He lives in Chicago.
Don't
He's
do
like,
it.
If you got
He's
to
like,
ask,
this
don't
is as
do
dangerous
it.
as Joe
Don't
Bird.
do it.
He said they're everywhere. He's a cop. He's like, everybody's got a full auto Glock now, and they're just running around like
In Chicago?
cha-cha-cha-cha. Yeah.
well, because they don't care about the law anyway, man.
Dude,
They've
that's the
been in and
problem.
out of the joint 100 times. They know the system. What do they care? They're worried about a felony charge.
Beard
Laws
is
are for
nice, but
criminals
not
to
neat.
break.
It's not beard or no beard. It's beard or mustache. That's the question. It's not beard or no beard. It's beard or mustache.
Now, will you grow it all the way down? Will you do like one of
No,
those
no.
handlebar-
I'm not going to be like, what's his name? Like Dale Comstock's got that beautiful handlebar mustache.
I know. I know Dale.
Yeah, Dale's a good dude.
Yeah, I know Dale.
And listen, there's a lot of people might not like Dale, but I like him.
I don't know.
I worked with Dale for several years.
He's doing it now, right?
The question to what days is James doing that? I don't know.
Talk to you afterwards.
Go to Atlas, and Jared will tell you guys when it's a
Will
closer.
you
We'll
have a
announce
mustache if I have a mustache? Can we be mustache bros?
I'm too lazy to shave. It's like when it starts getting too long, I hit it with a clipper. You know, my wife's like, time to, and I hit it with the clippers, and then I let it go. I haven't
My
used
wife
the
just hit
razor.
this
I
one with
think
the
I'm
clippers
going to
the
get the
other
new
day.
10
She's
and
like,
a
you look like a
half
homeless person. We need
BRN
to trim it up."
180s for my pin lower. Has anybody shot one of the Brownells? I love Brownell stuff, but 10.5-inch guns are notoriously gassy. Like if you shoot one with a can and you shoot a lot, you're like, oh man, it's all over the place.
It's all over your face. But I don't know about the BRN because it's different. It's a different animal.
The Brownells?
Yeah. Because I don't know. Check them out. Go to Brownells and ask them. Go when Canadians go.
I mean, I guess I could ask Brownells right now.
Any suggestions for an upper, Paul?
Anything you want to do, man. The sky's the limit.
I've got
Sky's
an
the limit.
AdCore upper right now, the old AdCore, and I love it. You know, and Chase, so Chase is he's the national sales manager. He shoots a lot of short stuff with night vision, and he's running he had a 10.5-inch upper from a company of less than dubious quality, but it was really cheap, and they sell them on the internet, and they're from South Carolina. And it was really gassy, like it was really hard to shoot with a 7.5-inch can. But he just got the new Daniel Defense Mark 18, and he's put about 3,000 rounds through it and loves it. I'm running the AdCore upper, which has got the HK style charging handle. It's kind of an oddball, but I love it. I don't know now, like why there's a reason to have a 16-inch barrel.
There really
Now,
isn't.
if you're going to buy an upper, and I've went through this because we've made a lot of rifles, and we were talking about this yesterday. If you're going to own an AR, and it's your first one or your whatever, and you're building lower, you should get something as close to the technical data package for the U.S. government as you can get. And that's an FN upper, a M4 FN upper, or an M4 Colt upper, and be done with it. And quit messing with it, because it'll more than likely run better than whatever slick doodad. If you're shooting competitions or whatever, that's great, but those guns are notoriously not reliable.
Bravo Company makes really great ones.
I've never had one.
I've got a Bravo Company upper that's actually built onto my home defense gun.
Like an M4 style?
Yeah.
It probably is close to the TDP then.
Yeah,
probably close to it's probably a spec upper.
Their stuff is really tight. It really
Like
is.
when you read online, you're like, man, why does this thing need to be torqued to 7-inch pounds and then staked? There's a reason. Like that's not steak like you're going to cook a steak on it. That's metal that hits other metal, and there's a reason that they made it like that. And when you don't, that's when you're like shooting, and you're like, damn, there's something rattling loose in my gun. What could that be?
Something fell off.
Is that part you didn't
Because you only went 6.5 instead of 7.
They made meat steak.
What kind of AK are you running?
I've got I got several. So I've got a couple of Siegas, and I've got a couple of Krebs. You know, a couple of the Krebs, he's built them off of Bulgarians, as well as some of his early ones off of Bulgarians, and then he started building them off of Siegas too. So those are it. Not all of them that I've shot, I've been super happy with.
Do you have a Draco now?
No. Well, as a matter of fact, yes, I do. I just bought one. And Occam Defense, somebody is wearing.
Our guys,
Brian
there's
Keenan.
the good dudes.
Brian is actually building me 2 Draco pistols right now, and then we're putting some of the modifications on them, like what I used to have on my work gun.
You know that's the rapper AK now.
The rapper.
The Draco is.
They used to call them the Choppas, and now they just call them the Dracos. Draco. It's like a thing. If you listen to a lot of
Ron's
trap
better.
music, I stream a lot of trap music in
Yeah,
the mornings
no.
on YouTube videos, and they've all got Dracos.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah.
Now these are going to be. This is cool. We're putting there's a safety that I like, so we're putting that on there. He's putting there's a shelf that I used to put on my work rifle that enhances the reloading, and then and then the Occam rail that we're putting on there. So
What kind of ammo do you run in that? Just whatever
what kind of what?
ammo.
Yeah, whatever.
So Red Army Standard had some the Privy plant, the Bosnians one made some ammo for when we first started the war. Right, we blew up all the Iraqis' guns.
Yeah.
And then bought them new guns because that makes complete
That's what
sense.
you do. You destroy all theirs.
You
and
blow up all of their
Sell
new
ours.
guns, we'll buy you new guns. The American taxpayer will pay for the explosives to destroy what's good, and we will pay other people to make the same. So the government bought a couple of 100,000 Arsenal AKs. Probably seen a bunch of those dudes with brand new Arsenal AKs. They also got some really great ammo that had like a NATO shooting standard, right? So it had to shoot sub-MOA, it had to be clean, had to have sealed primers, brass, and that was made, and it was the Red Army Standard Elite. And that's probably the best shooting.
We had a bunch of Fioche
Kind of the same stuff. Yeah.
It was hotter than some of the former Soviet bloc stuff.
It was tripped up to
stuff.
Like they built a NATO standard for
it was good. Like our guys were complaining on it a little bit because it was throwing the bolt back fast, harder than the other ones, and so some of the guys wanted to go back to the regular ammo, and I took it out and I shot. I don't know. I think I shot like 10,000 rounds of it, and I was like, all right, I'll test it, and I'll shoot 10,000 rounds, and
probably ran great.
It ran great
and consistent.
Yeah. It was really consistent. I mean, I was tagging. I was on a KD range, so it was part of my, my PT every morning, where I'd run out and then I'd end up at the range and I'd do a work shoot. I'd work out and shoot in between sets, and it was on a KD range. And I was tagging stuff out there 300-400 meters, 500 meters.
The European brass case stuff's legit. We've seen. In steel case, like com block stuff, up to 400 and 500 feet per second variation.
Yeah.
People are like, it's my AK's not accurate. It's not your AK, it's your
No,
ammo.
it's the ammo's all over the place.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that I tell people that are with AKs. They're like, well, your AKs aren't accurate. And it's like, well, you got to, if you're shooting crap ammo, then you know what? It doesn't, you could have a match grade rifle, and if you're shooting crap ammo, you're not going to,
I'm going to start spelling expense like this. EXSPINCE. I'm going to do my expense reports.
That's a rap name. No, that's
that's what
a
I was
rapper
thinking.
name.
That's what I was
a rapper name.
That guy
Expense.
must like trap music too.
Expense. So here's the deal. I got to get going. You guys can keep talking. One thing I do want to mention to you guys is our really good friends. You guys asked for it. You, the fans, asked for it. Now, what I've embraced for this situation that I find myself in, and we've talked about it for years, but the fact that fighting solves everything. We don't give up. We don't quit. Crap happens in our lives, and regardless what that crap is, whether it's an attacker or whether it's a disease that attacks you, fighting solves everything, and we're going to keep fighting. So you guys asked them to do it, and they did it. The guys at Duracoat, Lauer Custom Weaponry, Duracoat, they did a gun tattoo stencil that says fighting solves everything. And if you go to Duracoat Firearm Finishes right now and you go into their designs, camo, and stencils, you click on that and you can order it's only $5.
Cool.
It's only $5. It says fighting solves everything. You order it, to ship it to you, and they've been our friends for a long, long time. They're great people. So, and we're going to share it on all of our social media. So, listen, freaks, you guys go out there, and all these people that are helping me and helping Student of the Gun and helping us keep going during this difficult time, like Night Fision, and I just mentioned the guys at Duracoat and all of our sponsors. I mean, all of our sponsors are great people. So thank them, let them know that you appreciate it, and throw them $5, man. Tell them, hey, I'm not full of crap. I really appreciate that. Throw them $5. They'll give you the thing. And when you get your super cool pimp hand lower, and you want to build it into something,
stencil it.
Go get a Gee Whiz cool color from Duracoat, any color under the sun, and do it upright.
I want that tiger stripe Duracoat on my FAL.
Then do it.
I still think you should do
Dude,
a
I
pimp
can't even
hand
paint a model car. I'm not
like
gonna try to
Spikes
paint a
did the
Magwell.
skull. Do a pimp hand Magwell.
Magwell.
That would be balling. Yeah.
All right, you guys keep going. I got to go see a man about something. So,
bye, Paul.
Bye.
I'll usually go an hour, right?
Huh?
How long do you go for?
Yeah, we usually go about an hour.
Are we an hour in?
How long have we been going?
Yeah.
About an
How
hour.
long have you been in?
We are in this 40
I've got to
minutes.
admit, we can talk for 20 more minutes, or
Jacob can talk.
I
for
could
9
go
hours.
for some food. It's about lunchtime.
What do you recommend for lunch, guys?
Yeah, what do you think, Jeff? Do you eat lunch? Are you a lunch man?
Depending on the work of the day.
Is the work of the day going to prevent you from eating the lunch today?
I don't know. Well,
After you got to go out the door, you've been in here for an hour. Yeah. This has been awesome.
Brush fryers are funny that way.
Look, I got to admit, I never thought
gonna
that
step
Paul
in?
Markle would leave his podcast and leave me in charge.
Yeah, me
That's what he
neither.
said.
That's
I
why
don't
I'm
think he
here.
left you in charge.
He said,
well,
he
did you
said,
see that? He
said-
usurped the crown.
He said Jacob is in charge. I heard that.
No, that
we've
never
recorded
came out
this.
of
We
his
can
mouth,
hear
but
that.
I think his firstborn son should be.
I think
in
we
charge.
should tell him, Jeff, what we're going to be doing later. Are we going to be doing a live later?
Yeah,
tonight?
we are. So we're going
Let's tell him
to.
about
So
that.
tonight on Ready Man, the Ready Man Media Facebook page, as well as on YouTube, we're going to be talking Marty, talking lead, and that's the interview for
Talking
tonight.
Jeff and Marty.
So it'll be Jeff and Marty
Jeff
show.
and Marty show. Hell yeah.
So that'll be 4
Be a good
o'clock
time.
Mountain
I was going to
Standard
come
Time.
back for that.
Yeah, come on back.
I don't have any. My
You're not
meeting got
allowed.
canceled.
You've talked too much.
I can stop talking. I love Marty, man. He's my homie. He's also a real estate agent.
That's right.
Like if you need
Actually,
to buy a house,
it's Pepper, but
if you
yeah.
need to buy a house in Nashville, this is our boy right here.
That's
Pepper.
right.
Or Murfreesboro,
Pepper.
Eagleville, Wilson County, surrounding
Tennessee, baby.
areas.
I cover
If you
everything.
are
But
a
anyway,
Yankee, please don't move to the South. Marty will put you in touch with a real estate agent in your heathen state, and you can stay there.
This guy.
So did everything connect here, or it was like ding, 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 ding?
No, it was
like this.
it was a shotgun with no pattern.
You're
What
welcome.
was?
It wasn't
I'm
even
sorry,
a
I don't
shotgun.
know.
It was more like a blunderbuss. I don't even think it was that. It was.
Have you ever shot a blunderbuss? You can stuff all kinds
like
of
a-
stuff.
I
out.
know it's
This
cool.
is
That's why a
PG, right?
shotgun
Okay,
is
okay, never
awesome.
mind.
Yeah, PJ.
Yeah.
There was a dude got arrested last year for shooting somebody's
like a
rock
mortar
salt.
It was
I
a
thought that
dirty
was
bomb.
Awesome.
That's what it was.
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
a dirty bomb. It just blew crap everywhere.
That's what. Hey guys,
we got the
if you're
shrapnel
watching
from it.
this, that's what we're going to refer to Jacob as from now on.
Dirty bomb.
He's the dirty bomb.
The dirty
Yes.
bomb.
The
AKA Dirty Bomb. I like that.
Jacob Dirty Bomb Herman.
I already have a
Can you
call
live with
sign.
that?
It's Murcat.
Don't no, you
Don't
can't
you remember
give,
when I had
no.
when I showed up on the internet when I was like 12? I played Magic the Gathering, and there was this card. And I was like, well, I need a username. And my mom, like we were 12, right? She was like, never put your real name on the internet. So I used Meerkat
when you were 12?
from the
I
Magic
didn't-
Gathering, and it stuck. And that's what Jaeger called me because that's what don't get off the X. And I showed up to his house that time for the Christmas party.
Yeah.
Right? And like he invited everybody on the internet. We were like 18, me and my boy now that's a major in the Army. And we showed up with we were like 17 or 18, showed up with both having stainless 45s, and we both had 2 gallons of George Dickel whiskey. And he goes, who are you? I said, we're from the internet. He goes, what's your name? And I'm like, Meerkat. He was like, oh, come on in. Right? So it stuck. It stuck. I don't think we were old
That's the
enough. We
password.
weren't old enough to have the pistols or the whiskey.
You know,
I don't know. I don't know whether how we got either, but we showed up. You know, it said BYOB and bring your own guns.
You know, in Mormon lore out here in Utah with the Mormons, you know, Brigham Young at one point told the deacons. So deacons in the Mormon church are 12 years old, and this is recorded in like the annuals of the Mormon church, where it's like Brigham Young got up when he was the president of the church and he said, "Okay, deacons, you got to stop bringing your pistols to church. Okay, don't leave your pistols outside." So back then you've got 12-year-olds running around with
Right.
pistols and are being rowdy enough with them in church that the president's got to
Make
stand
them
up
bring
and
'em
go,
outside.
stop bringing your pistols
people
to
think
church.
that's weird now, but you got to think. When was that? 18 what?
Yeah, so you're talking like 1860s, 1870s.
So you went to the coal mine at 8,
Yeah.
right? Like if you went to the coal mine at 8 and you were a man at 12, like
Yeah.
legitimately, right? Like that's at 12 you were probably required to be able to do everything around the farm and shoot, right?
Yeah.
Because at 12 the Indians would scalp you, not take you as a slave. That's legitimate. At 12 you were considered an adult. At 13, even in Jewish culture, you have your what is it?
Bar mitzvah.
mitzvah.
You have your
mitzvah.
Yeah.
bar mitzvah, right? And you're theoretically an adult because 1,000 years ago at 13, like you went to war.
Yeah.
And
Get-
the
get your
midshipman when did midshipmen on an English ship start? On English men of war,
Yeah, around
like
the-
8 or 9 years old, they
Yeah.
started as cabin boys and then
Yeah.
midshipmen. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's crazy. I've heard you called Meerkat for since I met you, and I never knew the story of why. So now you gave yourself that call
Well,
sign.
you had
That's
to
not a real
have
call
one.
sign.
You had to have one for the internet.
Yeah, but you gave it to yourself. You
Well,
can't
yeah, it
give
was a
yourself
username,
nickname.
right?
You had
And
to
they
get
were
it-
like, and
you had
then
to get it at a
James
party.
started calling me that. Like he was like, because I was
Yeah.
like, he's like, what's your username on Get Off the X? Because it was a forum,
Right.
And he was like, hey everybody, this is blah blah blah, and I was like, oh well,
Is that still a thing?
I don't know, I do everything on Instagram. But if you're real stud, use Snapchat.
Is that how it is?
Yeah, you can read. You want to read how crazy the world is? You read what's news on Snapchat.
Do you know that Student of the Gun has a Snapchat?
No, but I do know that I read on Vice.com about an entire story about a woman that used bondage rope as a coping mechanism for her, not PTSD, anxiety.
Yeah.
Dirty bomb.
Not, but listen, not in a sexual way. It was like
You just got
she
dirty
just tied
bomb.
herself up.
You just got a dirty bomb.
How long have we been going? About an hour?
You've been going 45 minutes.
45 minutes.
45 minutes.
Anything else?
We are in the
Jeff,
process of putting together a safety team.
You shut
for
up.
Church.
Jeff,
Any
anything else
thoughts?
from Jeff?
Yeah.
Never a dull moment, man.
You know, I
As the
think Marty
rains
over
down
here
in
said like all of like
Africa.
10 words.
Really?
I'm saving it for tonight, man.
Yeah, he's got.
Dude, you say a lot when we go out all the time. You got plenty to say.
I'm just listening to you, man. I'm just taking it all in.
Did you tell people why you're here?
I always learn something new when I'm with Jacob.
Are you bringing the Leadhead
Always
Nation to the
learn something
podcast tonight?
Yeah, man. We're gonna bring.
That's what it's called, the
tonight.
Leadhead Nation, right?
Leadhead Brigade.
Leadhead
Leadhead
Brigade. How many
Brigade,
people are in a brigade?
As many
A
as
lot.
we want.
That's a lot. Yeah.
A lot.
As many as we want. We make it up as we go. But I'm in town. We can talk about why I'm in town.
Yeah,
Let's do it.
Yeah.
It's not just to see you beautiful people, but that was like a bonus. Thank you for having me, by the way. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem, dude.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Charlie Melton of Charlie Mike Precision is going to be out in the desert, and he's going to attempt the world's longest rifle shot of 6,500 is what he's saying, but we may even go out to 7,000
That's a long
yards.
shot. Yeah.
That's yards. So we're going to be doing that the next 3-4 days.
What is he shooting?
And you guys are going to be coming out for that too. You're welcome.
You're gonna try to, yeah.
come out.
What's he shooting for that?
He is shooting it's called a Tejas. Brad Stair, Performance Rifles, developed this. It's like a modified Chi-Tac.
Mm-hmm.
So he's developed the rifle and the rounds, and he's done everything from a 22 all the way up to a 50 BMG with this round.
Wow.
So I don't know which particular one Charlie's going to be using. I think he used a 408 on his 5,025 yard shot that he did a couple
So
of years ago.
what kind of optic is he using to even see that far?
That's what I'm going to find out. What he's
A
he's got
408 like they used in.
He's got a big modified something
Like
stacked
Marky Mark
on, kind of.
Yeah.
Like a magnification behind a magnification
Right.
or
He's
something.
got a telescope, I think, but
Yeah, no kidding. So you could see like, oh, there's the craters of the moon.
Right.
There's
See,
my target.
If he shoots a bullet that far, it proves the Earth is flat.
is that what it proves?
Yep. Flat Earth. If you're
Go
not a
listen
flat
to-
earther, you're wrong.
Go listen to Jim Cornell. Dude, have you? Or I think it's Jim Cornell. I don't remember who it is.
You didn't know
But
what you were getting into,
My
did you?
brother does the wrestling podcast thing.
How many
And
t-shirts?
hey Zach, if I do this, mute Jacob's mic.
Okay.
But so Zach listens to this wrestling podcast thing, and
I'm writing down
and these-
T-shirt ideas.
and these dudes come in and they call in, and this dude's like, he goes off for about 45 minutes about why the Earth is flat, and like tries to prove everybody wrong, and about all the people that have flown over Antarctica. They're all in this conspiracy theory
Right.
that the Earth is flat, because if everybody knew, then they would flee and they would leave the
They would
United
leave.
States. Yeah. And
Why would
so
we
it's
leave
just-
the United States if the Earth was flat?
Well, because it's better.
Listen. Whatever
Antarctica
we,
is better.
It's better if the Earth is flat. We could get to the
they have
free area.
they have socialism. They have socialism
Yep.
in Antarctica, and
Yeah.
that's where the DNC is going
Not
to have
following this logic.
their thing, and you should go down there if you believe in that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Yep, that's.
I'll stay in America.
yeah,
So I
love
got a
America.
T-shirt collaboration idea.
Yeah.
I'll tell you. Yeah.
Apparently, we got a bunch of ideas.
You got a bunch of
Yeah.
ideas.
You
Are
just
those all
scribble
ideas
stuff
from this
down
one
left and
thing?
right. But
Yeah,
anyway,
give
there's
or
going to be a
take.
film crew out there filming Charlie's thing. We're going to be out there doing some live stuff. We're going to have him on the podcast, and we'll find out the scope that he's using.
Yeah.
I know that he uses Ride-On optics for a lot of his stuff. I don't know if he's going to be using it for this particular shot, but they will have Ride-On optics out there as well.
Wow.
RITON. Ride-On
Is he
optics.
holding it, or is it in a vise, or is it a?
So it's
bipod
just
shot, or-
it's a bipod.
Oh, so
Yeah, he's
Okay.
just last. I guess it was like a table shot. I think he did last year or the
That's
year
been a
before
hell of
last.
a table.
Yeah,
Wow.
big table. Big table.
wow.
What's the effective range of a 408? How far did he shoot the 408?
5,025 yards.
How
and
far did Marky
it
Mark shoot
coulda
it
gone,
in
coulda gone
that,
further.
that movie Shooter?
I think it was 5 miles.
5 miles.
5 miles.
What's the range on a
solid.
20 millimeter?
I don't know. It's far.
But anyway, you guys can go to Charlie Mike Precision, his Instagram. He's got pictures of the rifle and the scope there. If you guys want to check it out, Charlie Mike Precision on Instagram.
Charlie Mike Precision.
Yeah,
Yeah, we'll
it's
check
Charlie
that out.
Melton.
You know, it would be kind of cool if you can do an interview with the dude.
I'm going.
I don't. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And then give us the audio of you interviewing him, and we can put it in one of our shows so that everybody that's watching now can hear what exactly is going on.
Yeah,
that
or they
something
can
we
just
could do?
listen to the Talking Lead podcast and
Yeah.
and they can listen to it. But yeah, I'd be
listen
happy
to
to
that,
do
yeah.
that. That-
Oh, he's
that
a
wouldn't be
team. He's
problem.
a team dude.
And he's been on our show plenty of times. You go to our website and in our search, do Charlie Melton, and we've done interviews with him in the past. He's a very interesting guy, former Navy SEAL sniper.
So we're all. Are you gonna be out there, Jeff? You come
I'm going to try to.
for day? Yeah,
yeah,
we
I'm
will.
gonna try to.
Let me know.
Yeah, y'all
It's
need
like
to
the
come
last day, the
Yeah,
long
you come
shot.
out and you can record it
Yeah.
too.
I'm kind of
Friday, I think, is when he's going to do it.
Is it going to be like a golf thing where they hold up a sign? Quiet,
please.
quiet, please,
Mm-hmm.
quiet.
I think it's gonna be quiet out there anyway.
Man,
Because we're gonna be in the desert.
And
Not
it's
if
in
he's
the-
a SEAL and any of his SEAL buddies show up. They'll be like
We're throwing rocks in.
throwing rocks at him. One guy dancing back there naked. Never mind me.
He's gonna be shooting a 1 MOA target for that range. So I think it was like 10 inches per 1,000 is what
Yeah, that's what I think.
the size of the target is what we determined. X-Steel Targets is making those targets for him.
Now, are they
That's
here
cool.
in Utah?
X-Steel?
Yeah.
They're in Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Yeah, X-Steel
Okay.
Targets. Bud Sanson. He may be out here too. Quiet shot in progress.
Do we have any questions up here?
Nah, a lot of comments.
Suggestions for an upper for the Pimpan lower. Stand by on that. Pimpan lower is probably going to be releasing at NRA. We're still waiting on confirmation for that. But when that does release, we're working with some other companies to get a whole. We're going to do a contest.
Make
picture
a hand,
contest. Yeah.
fist muzzle brake.
Fist.
Yeah.
Muzzle brake
A
Yep.
fist muzzle brake.
for the pimp hand.
Will that
There
be
you go.
rubber coated?
You're gonna be-
or
This is PG, man. Come on.
You can.
That's for the later show.
Dirty bomb.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's go ahead and wrap it up. We got everybody went through and talked a little bit, right? I know he did. I'm
Yeah.
not talking to Jacob
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
I was a country music DJ on WJLE when I was in high school,
believe
and that's
it.
where this came from.
And you worked at the local convenience store there in Smithville.
No, I worked at my grandpa's bait shop. Then I worked at the
Right.
Ace Hardware. Then I worked at the Ace Hardware, and then I worked at the.
You moved on up to Barrett.
That was in college. For the first couple of years at college, I wanted to have a good time and not work. But I did work at Barrett, the Outpost Armory, and then I worked at Barrett for 2 weeks. And corporate culture doesn't do well with me.
Or
And
do you not do well with corporate
I don't
culture?
know. Chris fired me, and he's my best friend, so it's okay. I was like, man, cubicles suck. This isn't what I thought I was going to do when I get out of college. There's no airplanes, and it's not like the rappers talked about when you get out of college and start stacking fat stacks, and my stacks weren't too high, so I had to move on.
You can't contain a peacock.
You can't.
Peacock has to spread his wings.
I just wanted to blossom. No, but I worked at the Outpost during college. It's awesome. But I was a radio DJ on WJLE, the voice of Center Hill Lake.
You know, you do have a good
101,
DJ voice.
101.7 FM.
Yeah.
We had an AM station too, and I kept forgetting to turn it down at night, and we got in trouble for that. We were nationwide.
I can't believe they trusted you with a radio microphone.
And you don't have
man.
your own
That's crazy.
podcast or show. or
I
anything.
need
He
one.
needs to,
I
yeah.
need one. Jeff's gonna have a
It's
prepper, a special prepper podcast, and let me run it.
Is he?
We got jump on, run it. Let's
We're
go.
gonna talk about chickens and
chickens,
farming and
hog killing.
Oh, are we going to do that?
We're gonna.
The hog thing?
Yeah, Jason gets back tomorrow, and I'm gonna talk him into it.
Dude, that's going to be great.
Cannon. You gonna talk about Cannon?
so it's gonna be like
He-
while you were
he can tell
gone,
you about Cannon,
things
too.
happen just down this. We're gonna have a hog killing here in the back. Just keep going. Just
keep
like
going. He'd be all about it. He'd be like, "Yeah, let's do it."
Yeah. That'd be great.
lunch.
right.
I'm hungry.
Yes. So for more on Jeff, you guys know, go to readyman.com. We got Talking Lead here, talkingled.com. Listen to him on all the podcast distribution centers. But talkingled.com is the place to go to look up. What was the
Trying to
dude's
look
name?
not fat.
What was the gentleman's name?
Charlie Melton.
Charlie Mountain. Look up Charlie Mountain on talkingled.com and take a listen to that. Jacob, Night Fision.
Night Fision.
Yep.
NIGHTFISION. My Instagram is Jacob Herman. I want to be Instagram famous. I only got 4,000
Dirty
followers.
bomb.
Need you guys to all go follow
See, if
me.
you want to be Instagram famous, it'll never happen.
Well, that was an aspiration. Was I wanted to be Insta famous.
Insta famous.
Yeah. Oh, also, everybody say hi to my girlfriend. She's watching. Hi, Allie.
Hi, Allie.
She
All right,
hates
guys,
it.
remember,
She
you're a
hates it
beginner
when I
once,
do that.
a student for life. And
See you
out.
guys.
Thanks, guys.
And go buy those sites. from
Yeah,
Night Fision.
sites 10% off. Are we done? We do the 10%
Done.
off.
We're done.
I've not cut this off yet. I'm supposed
Listen,
to cut this off.
listen. Night Vision. Go to Night Vision. Accurate sites. The code word is Paul. And the discount, you get 10% off the sites. We're gonna give 10% to Paul's GoFundMe where he can fight cancer.
Boom.
Do it.
So am I ending this?
Yep. Go ahead and end it
Pimp
now.
Ham Bagwell.